everyone, welcome back to another BOS water filter review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Epic Pure and Nano water pitcher. I'm going to show you how to set it up, talk about the pros, the cons, and give you my personal review of the pitcher. Alright, so to start off, this is the Epic Pure water pitcher. There is also an Epic Nano water pitcher. The only difference between the Pure and the Nano is that the Pure specializes in taking out fluoride. The Epic Nano filter is designed for removing bacteria, viruses, and cysts aside from many other water contaminants, while the Epic Pure filter, the one I have here, focuses on fluoride and heavy metals and tap water contaminants in general. Okay, so let's start off by talking about what contaminants this pitcher removes from the water. I also want to mention that there is a discount code if you want to buy this pitcher for 20% off. You can find that in the description below. This is a really great water pitcher because it removes over 200 contaminants, regardless of which one you go with. So if you're looking at really getting healthy drinking water, this is going to be a great pitcher for you. So you can find the full list of contaminants that this water pitcher and the Nano remove on the website, and I'll show a little screenshot here, but I'm going to give you some of the highlights, assuming that you are looking for that in a water pitcher. The pitcher removes water disinfectants like chlorine and chloramine, heavy metals like lead and chromium-6, pharmaceuticals, pesticides and herbicides, BPA, microplastic, volatile organic compounds or VOCs, semi-volatile compounds, perfluorinated chemicals, fluoride, which if you're concerned about fluoride, the Epic Pure is especially good at removing fluoride. And like I said, the Nano will remove bacteria, cysts, and viruses. So the Nano is really great for well water, while the Pure is good for fluoridated tap water. All of the testing is done by an independent and accredited third-party laboratory. You can see the test results on the company's website, and so they're pretty clear about that testing. And the filter cartridges for the Pure and the Nano are interchangeable, so if you change your mind or need both, you can swap them out of the pitcher. Another thing I want to note is that healthy minerals like calcium remain in the water, so it's important to you to have that calcium in there. These filters will keep it in. So the only other pitcher that we know of that removes more contaminants than this one is the clearly filtered pitcher. Those remove over 365 contaminants, and you pay a higher price for that. This pitcher is $60. It holds 14 cups or 112 ounces. It has a filtration capacity per filter cartridge of about 150 gallons. So we estimate that it'll last 2 to 6 months depending on your water consumption. So on an annual basis, we estimate that it'll cost about $90 on average to replace the filters. So this is going to be good for smaller families. Epic also has a large dispenser, which I reviewed in the prior video, for bigger families, and that we estimate to cost about $150 a year to maintain the filters, whereas this would only be about $90 a year. So it just depends on how much water you're drinking, which one would be better for you. Okay, so some of the pros of this water pitcher. Very durable, looks nice on the counter, fits in the fridge. Of course, this is also made of BPA and BPS free Triton plastic. And another pro about Epic is that you can recycle the filters, and so you send in 4 filters to the company and you get a free one back. So that savings can really add up over a long period of time. You can also get a 20% discount when you subscribe to have new filters delivered on schedule. The company also offers additional discounts for military personnel, first responders, medical staff, teachers, students, seniors, and owners and employees of nonprofit organizations. So if you fall into one of those categories, you're gonna get a nice discount. And to sum up the pros for this pitcher, they've got a lifetime warranty, so that's really helpful. You can always reach out to the company and get help with this. There's also a satisfaction guarantee. If you aren't satisfied, you get your money back. Okay, quick cons. This is a pricier filter than you can get at the store, but it's because it removes more contaminants. So it doesn't remove as many contaminants as the clearly filtered pitcher, but it is less expensive. So it's a little more affordable, doesn't remove as many contaminants, which may not matter to you depending on what your water situation is like, but it is more expensive than like a Brita or something like that. But you're getting a way higher quality water, so you get what you pay for when it comes to water filters. As far as testing goes, there's no NSF certification. If that's important to you, there's only NSF testing, so we're relying and trusting on the company's test results, which we have every reason to believe that they are accurate. And lastly, for cons, we've read reviews of people saying that the lid falls off when it's pouring, or the flap getting stuck when you're trying to pour. So I'm going to let you know if any of those happen to me in my review section. Okay, I'm ready to get this set up, so I'm going to take you through how to do that really fast. Okay, so this is how the filter looks when you first get it. I'm going to remove the lid and the filter cartridge. Now the first thing you'll notice is the number of holes your filter cartridge has. The Pure has 3 and the Nano only has 1. The pitcher comes with a nice instruction booklet here, so I'm just going to follow along. So first you want to check to ensure that the silicone gasket is in place. So we're going to unscrew this filter. And you want to check this silicone gasket. Pressing it down. These are really important to prevent leaks. Okay, then I'm going to set the filter aside and I'm going to hand wash the rest of the components. I'm just using a natural dish soap here with Castile soap and water, and you never want to wash the filter, so keep that away from soap. Now we're going to screw the filter back onto the reservoir. And you'll see that there are 3 holes in the reservoir and then 3 separate holes in the filter. You don't need to line those up, so don't worry about that. Now we're going to put the reservoir in the jug. Now, these sides are not identical, so you want to make sure that you're going the right way. You'll notice it doesn't fit right one way, and so if that happens, you just turn it around. There we go. So next we're going to fill the reservoir with cold tap water. We want to discard the first 2 jugs of filtered water or use on houseplants. This is to remove any loose carbon fines. Note that in areas that have high sediment in the source water, it's recommended to let the faucet run for 15 to 30 seconds to flush pipe sediment. Okay, so now I'm going to give you my review of this pitcher. So after using the pitcher, I would say it works really well. The water tastes really good, tastes very clean, it's very easy to use, easy to wash, all that stuff. I really don't have many complaints, and usually when I'm trying these out, I'm pretty skeptical and I look for issues, look for things that could be better. The only thing that I want to point out is that some people said that the lid will fall off when they pour, and that did happen. Well, it didn't fall off all the way, but I could tell it was going to fall off. I am pretty careful when I'm pouring these things, and I always pour with one hand on the top anyway, but a couple times I purposely didn't put my hand there just to see, and it did feel like it would fall if I wasn't more careful. I have a relative who has the same pitcher, and when I was at her house, I used it and it actually did fall. I didn't have my hand on the lid and I was just pouring it very quickly because I think I was holding my baby, and so at that point, that one did fall. This one hasn't fallen, so I think that you just need to get used to putting your hand on the lid. So I wouldn't say that it falls easily, but I don't think that it's meant for pouring upside down and then not falling off. And it also has the 90-day feature, which is nice. You can press a button on top and it will count down from 90 days, which is about a good reminder of when to change the filter. Now, the relative I was telling you about who also has this filter and who has had it for a long time, she said that she can really notice the taste in the water when it's time to change the filter. So that just goes to show that the filter is doing its job, and when you start noticing your water tastes different, it's time to change the filter. We personally like to keep the pitcher in the fridge along with our dispenser because it's summertime right now and we like to have the water cold. Like I said earlier, other people had complained about the flap getting stuck, and I wanted to say that did not happen. So ours seems to be working just fine. So anyway, I want to give this a 4.5 stars out of 5 because compared to the clearly filtered pitcher, that one removes the most contaminants. So I can't give this a 5-star, but it's very good for what it does remove at a lower price point. It's the best you're going to get for that price point. So yeah, overall a great pitcher. Water tastes great, no big complaints, and would definitely recommend this. Well, that concludes my review of the Epic Water Pitcher. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to use the discount code below for 20% off your order of this pitcher. And if you're brand new around here, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more BOS water filtration content and reviews. See you in the next video.